Hey everybody, how are you guys doing today? AMC Bickham's here. Hope you all had a great Easter. Hopefully you guys got to see your friends and your family and all your loved ones. So this video is going to be about AMC. We're going to talk about the Moass, the digital dollar, Ken Griffin. We're going to talk about censorship and a whole bunch of other things. So I just want to get right into this video. So the first thing I want to talk about is going to be Q2. I believe this will be our biggest quarter since we've started this movement. If you guys look at the numbers here, we're already at $364 million. This went up $70 million as of yesterday. I believe going into Monday, we should be well over $400 million. As you guys can see, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is already killing it at $120 million. And I believe we should go well over $2 billion at the end of this quarter. Now, if you guys look, we got Fantastic Beasts that just came out 2 days ago. I believe that will have massive numbers here in the box office. And if you guys come down here, we got Legally Blonde 3 as well. You got Doctor Strange. And if you look here, Doctor Strange is already shattered Batman's 2022 pre-sale record. And if you look at the first one here, it says it made $678 million worldwide. But if you look at the pre-sale numbers, it looks like they're already going to beat that total. So, like I said, that should be a massive one. You also have Chip and Dale. That should be big with the kids. Bob Burger. Those will probably make a couple $100 million. And then on top of that, you got Top Gun. Now, if you're a huge Top Gun fan, AMC is also going to have merchandise, as you can see on their store. So make sure you check that out. But with all those movies coming out, and then on top of all the other ones in between, I believe that we should be well over $2 billion. Like I said, this should be their biggest quarter coming up. Now, a lot of people see that number and go, yeah, but AMC doesn't make all of that. But if you guys look here, AMC has 7,850 screens. We also just purchased 7 more new theaters, adding another 66 screens. So we're at 7,916. If you take away 1,100 screens to equal these out, you can actually see we have more screens even than Marcus Theater, which is the 4th biggest company. So you would have AMC tied here and AMC at the 4th. So like I said, they make a massive amount of this. So like I said, nothing but good things for AMC going forward. The next thing I want to talk about real quick is going to be the wage gap in the United States. You guys got to see these numbers because they're literally disgusting. If you guys look here, it says that the CEOs of the top 350 firms in the United States made $24.2 million, 351 times more than a typical worker. Like I said, the wage gap in between is so insane. It is ridiculous. And this all starts, before I get into all that, with minimum wage. Now, a lot of people, they convince people, hey, you know, Taco Bell people shouldn't be making this. People that work at fast food shouldn't be making $15, $16 an hour. They brainwashed you guys instead of saying, no, they should, but I should just be making more as well. See, the thing is if you look at these minimum wages, a lot of people are like, oh, it's at $13, and that's what they get you to think. As you can see in a lot of states, this breaks down states as of January 1st, 2022. So this breaks down by state. And as you guys can see, yeah, there's a couple that will have 13 at the top. But then when you get down, you're back down to 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Like I said, nobody should be making that an hour. Even if you're 15. Even if you're 15, you should be able to start building wealth. You should be able to start saving. So when you do get to college, which is already so expensive, you have enough money, you know, to get by or even to start paying that down. Like I said, they convince people to go ahead and just not, when in reality you could have went up to your bosses and said, hey, they're making 13, they're making 15, 16, 17 an hour. I need to make more than 24. I should be making 31, 32 an hour. Like I said, they shouldn't be making 351 to 1. Like I said, it's getting so insane. And to put this into bigger perspective for you, since the pandemic, we have 131 more billionaires, okay? Their wealth went up 70%. They had $3 trillion at the start of the pandemic, and now they have over $5 trillion. Now, to put that into bigger perspective, American 735 billionaires could pay everybody's student loan like everybody wants and still have the same wealth that they had 2 years ago of $3 trillion. Like I said, where's all that money going? It never comes to us. Notice that? It's all their tax breaks. They got trillions in tax breaks, you guys. Trillions. All that could have went to us. Why didn't we get those? We should have had a student loan tax break. You know, like I said, the government is always out to seems to get us and make us pay for everything. Explain why Americans have to budget an extra $5,200 to inflation, but corporations had their most profitable year since 1950. Like I said, you guys, they're price gouging, and nobody is paying what they should, and the government is doing nothing about it. Why? Citadel's Ken Griffin rises to the top GOP donor, urges business leaders to join him. He realizes how big this election is. He realizes how big these midterms are. He realizes we're waking up to all of this stuff, and he has to go ahead, and I'll show you why here in a second, to try and get out of this Moass and all of this stuff. He needs to try and change the laws and get all these people on his side. We need to stop thinking red or blue. It doesn't matter. Red or blue, they don't care about you. You want to know what they care about? They care about this $40 million that Ken Griffin pays them. Why? Because technically what we pay them is what? $100,000? $200,000? Well, Ken Griffin gave them $40 million. Whose vote do you think he cares about? Like I said, we got to start looking at this and stop looking at colors. Like I said, find out who's helping them cheat. Just to show you also the government is not on their side, and just to show you how big of a joke this all is. Just a coincidence. Reports surface that SEC and Doge are launching an investigation into Elon Musk. So we're trying to get them to look into short sellers. We're sending them this. Oh, it takes years. We can't do it. We gotta look at this. So much stuff. But the second it's a civilian, boom, we got the whole force on there. Doge is on it. Everyone's on it. This is the point that Elon's showing you guys. Why can they break the law, but the second a citizen does? Look at every time you see the SEC report on Twitter. What is it? Oh, we got a couple citizens that were doing some scheme, but we still don't care about all the people taking billions. Like I said, none of this is on our side. Everybody is out to help the 1%, and it's literally just disgusting. And this is what he's trying to show you. On top of that, you have a terrorist who is part owner of Twitter. And you have people literally going, well, if Elon gets it, we're going to lose freedom of speech. Because you're telling me that terrorist cares about our Twitter and our freedom of speech? Really? Anytime, you guys, why do you think they care so much? If they lose control of Twitter and free speech goes out, they no longer control the media 100%. Right now, they control everything we see, everything we know. Anytime people give out information they don't like, what do? They shadow ban you. They don't put it on TV. They bury it. Nobody knows about it. We only know what they allow us to show you. And think of how sad that is. And that's what he's trying to do. And guess what? If you're about to screw up their way of life, who do they call? Vanguard. They call Vanguard or they call BlackRock. Vanguard plows in to buy more shares and now is the biggest stake in Twitter. Why? Because he's got to help out their buddies. And you remember when we thought BlackRock and Vanguard were in to help us on AMC? No, they're in there to, again, do more stuff for the federal government to stop us from getting what we want. And again, we'll come back to this one more time because I just got some more news. So the government says this is the federal balance sheet at $9.7 trillion. $2.7 trillion of that is mortgage-backed securities. Well, they said that they're going to start selling off $98 billion, which would take them 8 years to do that. Well, their first month after they said that, they already bought $20 more billion in mortgage-backed securities. So what this tells me is they're going to keep buying mortgage-backed securities, keep selling off other assets. Now, why would they do that? Because they want everything to hold up, propped up the market. They're going to do all that because midterm elections are coming up. They cannot risk midterm elections. Now, midterm elections and Moass and all of this is when it's going to start getting interesting. Because why? Right around that time, you also have Phase 6. And this is why Ken Griffin is paying so much money to try and get control of the government. Because he's got all these things coming up against him. And like I said, he's got to go ahead and get these officials and these politicians and get these laws back on his side. And what are they doing right now? Because they've already destroyed the American dollar. What are they doing? I don't know if you guys saw this. The feds plan to unveil digital dollar prototypes in July. Now, what do you do when you destroy the dollar? You start making other things. You make digital dollars. You bring in CDBCs. And then on top of that, if you come down here and look, we'll get more into this. DTCC Building Industries, first prototype to support digital U.S. currency in the clearing and settlement process as part of the digital dollar project effort. like I said, you guys, this is going to get so insane, because if you never have paper money, you never need to worry about this stuff. They can sit there and manipulate everything as well. So I'm going to put this up instead of talk about everything. I'm going to put this at the bottom. I will make a video next on this exact subject right here. This will be my very next video as well, is the digital dollar. It'll be 100% on that. So like I said, you guys, we got to think about what we want to do going forward. I want people to understand we have way more power than we think. December 16th, 1773. How many people started the Boston Tea Party? It's just a couple hundred. To this date, there's 116 people that have documented to have participated. Like I said, guys, we have way more power than we think. We have to use our voice. We need to educate the rest of the United States. That's our biggest thing. Everyone that asks me, what can we do? What can we do? We can keep waking up more and more and more of that 99%. Because just like they said in The Bug's Life, we outnumber them 100,000 to 1. As soon as we figure that out, the grasshoppers are toast. But like I said, I'm getting nervous that he's trying to go ahead and get the CDCs in, do more of this stuff with the DTCC, the banks, these digital dollars, to sit there and, like I said, they're always trying to get one step ahead of us. But you know what? We're on top of it, so screw them. But thank you for listening, you guys. Like I said, we got to start thinking forward what we want to do if we want to march, but we need to educate. We need to do as much as we possibly can to teach everyone. I'm going to have a debate here maybe next weekend or very, very shortly with the mask investor. We need to start getting out the information on ISDA, so we're going to have a friendly debate on things that he feels that is going one way and things that I feel we should be doing, and see if we can't come to a compromise and start getting out the correct information. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. I hope you guys had a great Easter and have a good day.